Oh, okay. Okay, this is a video to help you to know how to wash out the hummingbird feeders. I'm just going to do one of them, the one that's up here in the kitchen. I'm going to open up and I'm going to take that one down, and I'm going to give you some information, show you how I clean this one. Now, I normally have to use my trusty little step stool right here because, and I'm sure that you may need it too, because I can't get it down without using my step stool. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and pull that feeder down. There it is. Just drop it down here in the sink. And you have to unscrew. You have to take the base off. It's in 3 different pieces. The top, that's the clear plastic with the red top on it, is one, and it unscrews from the other red part. And I'm trying to, I hope that you're going to be able to see this. I might have the camera angled up too high, I don't know. But it unscrews off of there. So you end up with this part that looks just like this. And on top is where my thumb is, that is the ant moat. A little bit of water needs to be put and kept there to keep the ants from crawling back up and in. Now we have the base right here, which you can see some of the liquid is coming out of there. That just twists off. I'm trying to get the camera where you can see. See, it just twists and then it separates into 2 pieces. The inside of this doesn't look like it's dirty. As long as you don't see some black mold or anything on it, you can just rinse it with very hot water. And then you can look at the top, and inside here where the threads are, you just kind of check that too. And the little flowers, just kind of look at them carefully. It looks pretty clean. Now inside here, I don't know if you can see floating around, there's some bugs. I don't know how they got in there, but sometimes that happens. So okay, so we just emptied out the old stuff. Now, if it's dirty, you can just go right down here into my cabinet, and you'll see the green bottle with the Clorox cleanup. And that's what I use to clean them with. I just give them a good spray on both sides. And you don't necessarily have to, but sometimes I just spray the top too. And then I let it sit for a couple of minutes. But it's not really dirty today. So I've got very hot water that I already ran previously. And you just run your finger on the inside and around the other round part right here. And you rinse it really well. Make sure that there's nothing left on here, because it would make our little birds sick. Could possibly even kill them, and we sure don't want to do that. We're trying to help our little friends. And they know, and they remember, and they come back to these feeders every year when they go to migrate. That's why we only have them for a short time here in Louisiana. Because we are south, but they go even farther. They go all the way to South America, if you can imagine. So there we go. We're rinsing out this part. Turn it over, make sure the bottom's rinsed. As you can see, you can tell when everything's rinsed out well. And it looks nice and clean. That ant moat doesn't necessarily have to be clean. That really doesn't matter too much, because our birds don't feed from there. So it's not so strategic. But, give it a couple of little rinses. Make sure the threads, everything's been rinsed well and it's clean. Keep on rinsing. You probably really can't rinse too much. that's rinsing, we're going to go over to the refrigerator. Put the cleanup back in the cabinet down here. I'm going to go over to the refrigerator, and inside here you're going to find a big jar, a big clear jar right here, and this is my homemade nectar for them. I'm going to make sure that there is a nice full jar for you. I'm going to go ahead and open up the jar. It opens very easily. Okay. Go ahead and rinse that out, and you can turn off the water. Everything looks like it's really good and clean. Okay, now to put it back together, just make sure that everything, just kind of give it a little shake because it's been rinsed really well, and then you just drop the little top part down, and it's best, these little tabs right here, just get them as close to these as you can. You just drop it right on there, and then you just grab it and just push it, and as you can see, it'll slide tight on there. Okay, very simple. Alright, let's just move this out of our way. Now, there's our jar. I normally just fill it up a little bit above to where it's about even with this red part. You can put a little bit more if you'd like, if you want to fill it up to there when you come, but you're probably going to do all 3 feeders. I'm going to make sure that there is a full jar, so it should be enough. Just take your jar. This is a nice wide mouth jar, and the 2 that are like this are very easy to fill. You can pour it right from the jar. But the other little bottle, you're going to need this measuring cup right here. I'm going to wash it, and I'm going to put it in the sink right over here. That way you can get to it easily. But it's got this nice little spout on it, so it makes it very easy to fill the little glass jar, one that is right over here. I don't know if you can even see it, but it's hanging from this tree over here. Look at Bobby out in the yard checking his yard this morning. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and pour that in here. And I'm not going to put a whole lot because I'm planning on rinsing this out and pouring some more in the morning before I leave. So you probably won't need to do this until at least Wednesday. Thursday even, you know, on Thursday. I'm sure that they're going to need some more. So as you can see, you can kind of see where the liquid is in here. Okay, now we just take our base and turn it upside down and screw it into place. And it doesn't have to be super tight, but it needs to be tight enough that it's certainly not going to fall off. And then I keep it turned upside down until I get ready to put it back up, hang it back up. This one goes right here, and then there's one on the tree, big tree right out over there. There's one hanging there also. Okay, I'm ready to hang it back up, so I'm going to carefully turn it right side up, and you see the it's bubbling back. Just kind of turn it a little bit and watch the nectar inside there. You can see that it goes down and it bubbles a little bit, and just twist it until you see it come out of the holes. Then you know for sure it's down there where the birds can get it. And then you can use the faucet, just run a little bit of cool water, or if you want to use this cup, it'd probably be easier. Just pour a little in here, just a little bit, and you just pour it here into the moat. You don't have to put a whole lot because it doesn't take much to drown ants, but all this water does in the little moat is make sure that the ants drown so they can't get down into the feeder. So then I grab it by the little hook, get on my step down here, and I take it. Now I'm just going to talk about what I'm doing right here. I can't hold the camera because it takes 2 hands. And you just raise up here and just hang it